Hi, Room 21 Rockstar families. It's so great to see you for our weekly VODCAST. It was really awesome to see a lot of families out at the school dance this past Friday. We have one jam-packed, excited week of learning coming up in Room 21 that I cannot wait to tell you about. And I also have a ton of strategies to share with you for the home, kind of like the VODCAST last week was actually structured. But before we do that, I wanted to recognize two of the rock stars in the class for some awesome accomplishments this past week. First of all, I would like to recognize Jason Raymond for winning the first ever Barrett Academy backpack. He was nominated by all of the specialists in the building, all of the teachers that he comes in contact with on a daily basis, and he was voted yes by each of those individuals. So he earned the backpack, the first ever of the Barrett Academy, and I cannot wait for all of the other scholars to do just the same. Our rock star of the week this week is actually Kyle Hinken. Been really impressed with his oral presentation skills recently and his accountable talk during class discussions. So congratulations to both of those gentlemen. Now I'm going to turn you over to the strategy section of the VODCAST. So bear with me. These are going to be great strategies to implement right in the home, kind of showing you what we'll be learning about this week in class. So here we go. Okay, Rockstar family, so the first thing I want to address is our math this week. This week we're actually going to be reviewing the order of operations, kind of challenging ourselves to go further, to look at more complex expressions. And we're also going to brush up on our multiplication and division with a really big assessment on Friday that will assess multiplication, division, and the order of operations. So here's a way that you can practice the order of operations at home. A way that we can remember it is by saying PEMDAS, as you can see right now on the screen, P-E-M-D-A-S. And a good way to remember it is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now, this is a way that we approach an expression. Here's our expression on this screen, 3 times 4 plus, open parentheses, 15 divided by 3, close parentheses, minus 4 times 2. We cannot just start by solving from left to right like we read a book. We actually have to follow the order of operations. So, the first thing I would do is actually write PEMDAS across my page, and I'm going to cross out as I go to make sure I'm doing everything in the correct order. So I see 15 divided by 3 in the parentheses. So like I tell the students in class every day, you drop everything else but what's in the parentheses, and you solve that. So 3 times 4 comes down, the plus sign comes down. Now 15 divided by 3 is 5, so I write my 5. I drop minus 4 times 2. So we're only allowed to do one operation per line at a time, and as I say, they will be fine if they do that. They will not be fine if they do multiple operations at one time. So now my new expression is 3 times 4 plus 5 minus 4 times 2. So all my parentheses are gone, so I'm going to cross off parentheses. Now, exponents. I do not have any exponents this week. We'll challenge ourselves this week with exponents, but in my expression right now, I don't have any exponents, so I'm going to cross that off. Now, multiplication and division and addition and subtraction, it is really important to remember that they are together, meaning you go from left to right in the expression. So because they are together, I have to just go from left to right. Well, I see 3 times 4 first. Right here at the left, I have to take 3 times 4, which is 12, and then I drop everything else. Plus 5 minus 4 times 2. Now, I see addition, subtraction. I'm not there yet, but I still see one more multiplication expression here with 4 times 2. So I'm going to drop 12 plus 5 minus, and 4 times 2 is 8. So now I can see that all of my multiplication is gone. I'm going to cross that off, and I have no division. I'm going to cross that off. But notice that I went from left to right in the expression. If I had a division problem that would have been first, I would have had to solve that before multiplication. Multiplication and division are together. Addition and subtraction are together. So if you look at our last 2 remaining operations, addition and subtraction, I go from left to right. So 12 plus 5 is 17. I write 17 minus 8. I cannot just take that in my head. I need to do it step by step. And finally, I take 17 minus 8. I'm finished with my addition. 17 minus 8, everyone, is 9. So the value of this expression is actually 9. Now, what I would challenge you to do is, and this would be a great conversation to have at home, take the original expression up here at the top, have your student, have your rock star solve this without using the order of operations, and then have them solve it using the order of operations. They're going to notice that they'll get a different answer. So that is why it's so very vital to use the order of operations. Final thing that I would like to take you to actually to further cement that knowledge would first of all be First in Math. The logins were sent home a couple weeks ago. A great way to practice math fact fluency. One final thing to actually visit would be the Khan Academy. I have a link on our webpage, and I also have a link on my YouTube page, and I favorited these videos. And if you watch the man who actually narrates these videos, he does such a great job of actually showing you what the order of operations is all about. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this so you can check it out.
And I want you to pay close attention, because really everything else that you're going to do in mathematics is going to be based on you having a solid grounding in order of operations. So what do we even mean when we say order of operations? So let me give you an example. The whole point is so that we have one way to interpret a mathematical statement. So let's say I have the mathematical statement 7 plus 3 times 5. Now, if we didn't all agree on order of operations, there would be two ways.
So this is just one example of the order of operations. And as you can see here down the left side, there are about 5 or 6 videos about the order of operations. So it is an incredible way to practice these skills at home. So I would highly encourage you to actually work on those at home. Great way to improve our order of operations skill. Now, I'm going to take you to a blank canvas. And now I want to actually talk about a little bit of reading. So this week in reading, we're actually going to start the skill of making inferences. So if you'll follow me to a program we have called VoiceThread, this week in class I actually made a Native American's voice thread for inferencing, and here you'll see what it looks like. And what the students will actually do is they'll go to each picture, and they're going to have to use the knowledge that they have, what they see in the picture, to tell me what Native American tribe they see in that picture based upon what they know and what they see. That's how we make an inference. So we just simply take something we have up in our mind, something we see in a picture or read in a text, and we make an inference. Maybe the author didn't include all the information. So if I actually look at this picture right here, I will see that we have houses kind of stacked on one another, on top of one another. Almost looks like a modern day apartment building. And I see the ladders taking you from level to level. And I also tell that the walls look like they're made out of something tan or brown. And I know from my background knowledge that that's adobe. And that would have to be the Pueblo, the Southwest Indians in modern day New Mexico and Arizona. So those would be the Pueblo. So students can actually access this online. It's a great way to practice not only social studies, but also reading and inferences. And we're going to be practicing this tomorrow as well. So another way to practice inferences would actually be to open up a magazine or a pizza box or directions on anything. Take the evidence you see, take the evidence that your child has in their mind, and together make an inference based on that. Great way to practice those skills. One final thing I actually want to show you is actually just take you to our class webpage. So here's actually our class webpage. Starting tomorrow, I have a Native American study video right in this section. And also, as you can see, you can always click to our weekly VODCAST right here at the top of our page on that link. Now, more importantly, I have a couple of awesome review videos that the rock stars can use this week to help them to further their knowledge. First of all would be the 2 Native American reviews. There's just a fill-in-the-blank review, and there's also a review called Fling the Teacher. So you'll see it here They can actually create their character. Maybe I'll just choose random features, but it's so great because it asks these questions and gives them immediate feedback, and it ties exactly in with what we need to know in class. So I thought it was a really valuable site that we can use to help us study. Now, another video that you can actually look at would be an order of operations review game, also linked on our site, where you can pick to be a prince or a princess and you go into the village. But the cool thing is that you get an expression like you can see down here. The student highlights what they have to do first, and then the computer will prompt them the answer to choose, and then it'll take it up and up and up and up. So it's another great way to practice that skill as well. So that's our review for the week. Those are the strategies I have for you right now. And give me some feedback on them. Tell me if they're working. Tell me if you use them. What successes do you have? What things are not working? I love the feedback. Okay, Rockstar family, so I hope that those strategies were useful. I hope that you find those new features that I found on my computer where I can actually write on the computer, show you what we're doing in class. I just hope they're useful. Give me some feedback on them. Tell me if they're working. Tell me if they're not working. I would love it either way. Last but not least, I hope you have a wonderful week. You know that if you ever have any questions or comments, concerns, you can contact me at any time. You are the best families in Stafford County, and I cannot wait to start the week off with your children on Monday. So take care, and we'll see you at the end of the week.